Hi, guys. Another episode of Never Lost. And here we have Sander. Woohoo.
Woohoo!
Hi, Sander. How are you?
Hey Leah,
Hi,
hi Natalie.
Sander. Hi.
Now,
So
I
good to see
pronounced your
you.
website, your YouTube channel. It's not two, neither one, correct?
Not two, neither one, just this already.
Just, oh gosh, that's a mouthful.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So Sander is friends with Natalie and I, and it's so much fun to be able to interview a friend of ours in the community. And we chit chat quite frequently. And so it's just fun to be able to chat with a friend. And I've been looking through your podcast a little bit, listening to you speak, and it's beautiful because you have like the most direct pointings I've seen. It's just like no BS, right to the point, just this. In every aspect, you explain, okay, and that is this, and this scenario is this, and you keep bringing it back to this. So it's very like intensely focused on
Yeah, there's no BS there.
there's no
None.
BS.
No,
Yeah.
it's just straight. Yeah, full on. It's this.
Yeah. And we really appreciate that about you because, with spirituality and self-help and all these different avenues, they're taking you on circles to kind of point at it and then be like, but you need to do X, Y, and Z to clear out some whatever, spirituality says you have to eliminate the ego, or it's always a task that you have to do and work
Yeah.
really, really hard at it. And you're
Raise the
like,
vibe.
raise your vibration, become a better person, let go of the shadow aspects of self. Like you hear this all over and you see everybody, the new thing now is working through trauma and shadow work, they call it. And there's just so many aspects of things that it's exhausting, right? For a seeker that has to continually keep up with the Joneses. So we love that you're like, boom, this. So what I wanted to ask you, Sander, is can you give us like a little opening on non-duality? Can you give us a little something that's arising there on what this is?
An opening on non-duality. Oh my God, that's a $5 million question right from the get-go. I mean, an opening to what? An opening to where? Opening for who?
To nowhere. Okay, let me hone this in. Let me make it a little easier. Let's
Yeah.
start off first with talking about your story, because you had me and Natalie on your podcast and we went through our stories. So now we want to hear your story. What is the story of Sander? Yeah.
What is the story of Sander? Well, good question. The story of Sander.
Hard to remember, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Let's
I'm now there's a trying to remember like a timeline and things which has
yeah,
happened
it's
maybe or
such a
not.
broad question. How about
Yeah,
this?
it's yeah,
Where
but
did
it's
you
okay.
yes, but
I will do my best.
where did Sander grow up? For
Well,
anyone
that's
that was
Sander
interested
grow
in
up
that.
or I grow up or whatever who you
Yeah,
want to call
yeah,
I or
whoever.
Sander,
Yes,
but so there was a growing up in the Netherlands, normal family I would say, brother,
of course. Yeah.
parents. Yeah, and I mean, from early on, it was like, okay, this is it. You get born, or that was what's going on. You get born, and then one day maybe you get a wife, and or not, and a bunch of kids, or not, a job maybe, and then at some point, yeah, then it's over, right? That's it. So that was basically what was going on, and there was like this wondering, well, what the hell is this? What is this then? It's life. So there was like wandering and exploring and doing all types of things like looking here, looking there, but not out of suffering. You know, sometimes you hear, so to say, that there's a depression or there's a not wanting this, but there was just satisfaction, so to say. There was just a basic, we can say, stability. And there was just out of that stability, there was the space, so to say, to wander around. What is this? To go into things and to question and to just to explore. So some exploring was in the way of doing psychedelics. Some exploring was in the way of spirituality, we can say. Trying to do yoga and all types of kriyas, and then at some point, like the exploring into psychedelics just stopped. There was no interest anymore. So there was just as spontaneously as this so-called interest arose, to find out and to be all in, so to say. And then one day it was yeah.
I have a question, Sander. When you were doing the psychedelics, did you feel like you were getting anywhere or getting any special knowledge or insights into the universe? Did you feel that way?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, with psychedelics, so to say, there were moments, when you're in a so-called trip and that there's like, oh my God, this is, what the hell is this? Is this reality, or is not taking, it feels like this is also real. So what the hell's going on?
Right. Now, do you think that there was do you think that, I don't know, I mean, we wouldn't know this, but there's like a movement towards staying in that place when you're on these drugs? You know what I mean? Like, you could maintain that this is the real, this trippy way is actually how it really is, and this other way is a dream, and now I just woke up to the real reality instead
Like true
of
nature, natural state.
I just woke
yeah.
up to another dream, in a way, and then, like, there's always just waking up to a new dream. Oh, of being born and a passing away with every new dream of waking up.
Well, nah, not so much. There was more like, okay, there were not so much conclusions, right?
No,
Like,
right. Yes.
it was, well, it was fun, and it was,
Yeah.
interesting and scary. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes there was just full on being afraid. There was one time, if I remember, when I was really thinking I was going to die.
Yeah.
So there was this moment, during one of these trips where I thought, well, I was sure that I was going to die. This idea or this belief or whatever you call it was just very strong. So I was thinking, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to die. And then at some point, when it just continued, there was, well, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to die. So there was like let's say an acceptance of the idea that I was going to die. And then it went over, and it worked out, and daily life I was back to school or back to doing dishes. So there was all these types of things. I mean, quite natural, right? Exploring and wandering and taking drugs or not taking drugs. But the funny thing is, it all just, those interests to do drugs and the sudden absence to continue were just happening on its own. There was waking up and shit, I don't have any interest no more. So I just, and then there was something else coming up, right? Or not, for some time, or there was just simply normal life, going to school, working. And then, so there was an interest in, you know, doing yoga and learning all types of postures and doing kriyas. But the same there, it was funny. There was a waking up one day and I just couldn't listen. There was just totally no interest whatsoever, no more to listen. You know, I couldn't even
Yeah.
listen to the guy. Well, in the week before, I was just totally indulged in it. You know, I was like, oh my God, this is, you know, it feels so good. You know,
Yes.
this is really helpful or whatever, or this maybe will lead somewhere. And then the other
Mhm.
day, it was just, well, what the hell? There was no interest anymore whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's just no
Now,
way.
wait,
Sorry. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to interrupt, but I did want to ask. So when, I mean, what's going to come up, we don't know, but when there was this, okay, there's no more, it's just not, there's not an interest anymore. Were you thinking, damn, I should stay with that? Or were you just like, whatever? Do you remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Well, there was no regret or like how you call
Right.
it. There was not like,
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes.
no,
Okay.
it was
That's all I
just,
wanted
well,
to, yeah.
but
Like,
yeah, of course
okay,
it can happen. You know
on to
what?
the next,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you say. I was pretty much amazed that it was so easily flowing from, you know, being very interested to not at all.
Yes. That is
Mhm.
so interesting, isn't it?
It was,
Yeah.
well, just like as I took off my shoe and, well, that was it.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. Done.
And
That's
you know,
beautiful.
and we can say, well, then maybe non-duality came, or speaking, or whatever you will call
Mhm.
it. You know,
Yeah.
saying there's just this and having a channel and all that. It's you know, it can just simply end tomorrow.
Sure.
I mean, there
Yeah.
were many times, like, you know, there's a meeting where I had like, well, I have no interest to do a goddamn meeting anymore. Then, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
tomorrow, let's say tomorrow I can wake up, so to say, and then it could be something else, you know, back to teaching.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's back to teaching. I mean, some things may seem more likely, you know, to
Right.
have,
Yes. Yes.
and some seem
Yeah.
less likely. I mean, that's all I can say. But
That's
I cannot tell you for sure that it will not be back to yoga, but you know, the chances
it's yeah.
seem very
Maybe
likely to
slim.
go back to, or to back to psychedelics, or, but I mean, who knows that? There can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anything can appear,
Yeah. So when did you come upon non-duality?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was, you know, after this so-called,
You did learn about Advaita when you were doing the yoga and the postures and the kriyas and all that, right? And
yeah, it
then
was like simultaneously a little bit, you
yes, yes, exactly. And then were you watching YouTube videos or no? You how did this come up? How did the radical version, I hate to call it that, but I don't, there's not a name for it,
know.
this
No, it doesn't
show
matter.
up?
You,
How
you
did
can
this
call it
show up?
whatever you
How did
want.
it show up? Yeah.
Well, I saw, I don't know exactly. It's hard also to put it right to
Right.
the
Yeah.
moment and all that, but
Sure.
it was like a film. I don't know who it was, and I was watching, and I was like, yeah, you know, there was this so-called resonance, whatever you want to call
Yes.
it, or
Right.
liking,
Yeah. Like
or maybe, well, this guy has a point,
sounds
or
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
and that was it, basically.
Yeah.
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 And here we are, so to say. I mean,
Yeah.
the
For lack
funny
of a
thing is,
better
there's
word.
not. Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I said, for lack of a better word, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah, you basically, you never can get it right or wrong, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you can say you are here, you are not here, or you know, you
Right.
can play tricks
Does
and
it
say
matter?
no.
Yeah, that's right.
I
I
mean,
mean, what is it? I mean, it matters if it matters.
yeah,
That's pretty much all I could say. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You know, you hear this suggestions or statements that it's all just a dream, or you know, it's not real. But I mean, does it matter? You know, so I can say there's just, or what is being said here, so is that there's just talking here with Natalie and Leah, and if it's real or unreal, if there's a me or no me, or whatever, you know. So I mean,
It's the
eh,
same. Is there a difference? Could you differentiate? I mean, how would we? I'm real. I'm not real. Okay. And right.
yeah, I mean, hitting your finger with the hammer, you know, you know, it doesn't matter if the you can say, well, it's not real. It doesn't change anything. It's still just this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, lying in bed and you have so to say, um, you lost your family or your wife or whatever. You know, does it make a difference if you think you are there, or you believe you are there, or you feel that you are there or not, or whatever, you know, is arising,
Yeah.
so to say? It's
Mhm.
still
Right.
just simply whatever's happening, and not even that. I mean,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you know, when you're a kid and you're a child and you're learning about the world, and there's a lot of questions that come up, like, and you think because these bigger people will have the answer, you know, and you might say, well, why is this and why is the sky blue? And the kids just, you know, I just kids go on and on. Why? And at a certain point, as a mom, I've said, well, it just is. I mean, that's just such a natural response because it just is. And we can say, well, the sky's blue because of the way the light hits this or that. I don't even know all that stuff. But, or we could say, well, it's blue because, you know, the heart chakra is opened or whatever. Like, it's a story. They're stories. I mean, why do some stories sound more true than others? I'm not sure. Um, but once, I mean, when you can just kind of just see the stories are just stories, there is really just this is as it is. It is because it is. I mean, is there a real answer? Is there a real question? You know, and even if there is, I mean, what this is, whatever's appearing, whatever seems to be going on, is unanswerable. So yeah, like a little kid, you could just keep asking and asking, and that'd be cool. But at a certain point, maybe something's gonna say because it is. And I feel like that's kind of like the radical non-duality, even though it's not a thing. It's just like everything just is what it is. I mean, what it appears to be. We can't know beyond a shadow of a doubt what anything is. I mean, there's a box here, screens with people's faces. I mean, do I know for sure what's going on in those boxes? No. I mean, that's kind of how it is with any appearance. But it's okay. There's because we don't need to know anything, but if that needing to know arises and it appears, okay,
exactly.
it couldn't be any other way, you know,
Mhm.
and that's, I mean, but I guess, you know, when you're having fun, we were talking about this earlier, when you're having a good time, you're having fun, what needs to happen? Do you need to do something? But if you're having a bad time and not having fun, do you need to do something? What needs to be done? You know, there's like when the feelings are good, we just feel like, okay, you know, things are good. But if they're bad, and that could be any bad is all the different things. It's unique. It's, you know, whatever. But that whole movement towards trying to fix something that is appearing that doesn't seem good, well, why doesn't it seem good? I mean, you could go into that. and I think that's kind of what self-help and all that does, you know. Why doesn't it feel good? Well, you could come up with any story of why it doesn't
Oh
feel
yeah,
good,
totally. Yeah.
but it doesn't feel good.
It's still
So it's
just
like
this.
what we were saying, it still just doesn't feel, it's still just this.
Yeah.
It's still this. Appearing is good, appearing is bad. I mean, I feel like there seems like a responsibility that doesn't appear so much anymore, you know. Responsibility for making it good versus bad. Like, you know, who could do that? Who could actually fabricate some sort of feeling good or bad? And why did I ever feel responsible for that? I'm just not sure, you know. Do you guys know what I mean at
No,
all? Or was that just a total ramble? I know it was, but
well, I mean, you know, so trying to change the situation from good to bad is just naturally this already.
natural, yes,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
feeling bad and wanting to do something about this is already just simply this. You know, it's
Right.
natural.
Yeah.
If you,
It's so
you
natural.
know, if you hit your hand, I come with the hammer again. You know, trying to cool it or try to make the pain stop is just simply natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Well,
already just
everything
simply
is.
whatever is happening.
There's nothing
Even
that isn't natural, is there?
No,
well,
no.
you know,
No. I mean, if you're talking about a separate individual who is judging good, bad, right, wrong, sure, there's a natural way to that character, you know, naturally liking this over that. You know, it's not right or wrong, it's just how it is. And it
no, and
changes.
I mean, finding it natural or not is just as natural as something else.
Yes, right.
You can say, well, it's not natural. Well, yeah, that's naturally just it already. I mean,
I love
It's not
it.
natural. It's not natural, but it's natural. How's that?
yeah,
Wait, it's
beautiful.
not natural and it's natural. I could go. I like the both. I like the and, you know, the both
Yeah, well,
or the
that's it.
neither. The neither. I like
It
the neither
reminds me of
too.
Howard, you know, a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, Howard was always saying, I mean, you know, it's this, it's both and neither, and maybe something
Yeah.
else. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Cool.
yeah. How to argue? I mean, that's just simply what's
Yeah.
happening then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, it's like
You like
within
it or not?
yeah, it's like do you ever have like spiritual people ask you like what this is and to explain? Because it seems like, and I can't say anything for certain, but it seems like the people in a sense it's like people aren't listening. It's like it's just taking in to give a response without hearing it because you could it's so this message is so simple. It's like whatever
Yeah.
it is this. But people it seems like when people are holding on to some concept or grasping like their idea of what this should be, you're running into a lot of friction because they're like yeah, this is it. But X, Y, and Z, like there's so many conditions attached to this
Yeah.
instead of just bare bones, plain, like whatever arises, no free
Whatever showing
will,
up.
just
Yeah.
just
However it is.
this like moment to moment, fresh, just this and it feels like people want to maybe grasp onto a concept or grasp onto this or have a teaching or someone to say,
Yeah.
it's this and you can
Yeah.
do X, Y, and Z, or do you find this with people who contact you? Because I know like people reach out to you to ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, basically anything can happen, you know. So the most
Sure.
asked question I would say is, well, what do you mean with just this? So everybody wants to know, yeah, what do you mean with just this? Well, wondering what is meant with justice is just wondering what is meant with justice. It's
Yeah.
this already. So
Right.
trying to know what this is or what somebody is saying is already just what's happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wanting to get it clear, so to say,
Yeah.
or you know, or maybe, yeah, how can I see this?
That's a big
I
one,
mean,
right?
yeah, so there seems to be an idea that there's someone maybe who has seen this, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
when there's a suggestion, well, it's just this. Okay, so I want to know that there's just this, or I want to see that there's just this.
Yeah.
What does
So there
that
seems
mean?
to be,
Is there, as opposed to somewhere else? Is that what do you think that's all about? I want to see that it's just this. Well, what else is it? I mean, there isn't
Want
something
proof?
else.
They
What
they don't
proof
think
are
it's
they?
just this. Well, we have so
But
many,
what
we're
would, yeah, that's a good
inundated with so
thing.
many concepts. Like,
Yeah.
you could reach 5D, or you could
oh my God.
tap
Or
into
you
your
could go to
spirit guides. It's
heaven. You could
always
go to
something.
heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always like the next attainment, and then they're not
Yeah.
satisfied with that. So you got to hit the next attainment, and it's always like upping it more 5D.
Yeah.
No, now you hit 5D, now you got to go to 10D because that's not good enough. It's like,
Yeah, that's great. I like it. You know, you want to reach
Yeah.
5D? Well, great. Have fun.
What's
Try
wrong
it.
with that? Why not? Do it.
I
I
mean,
say go
yeah.
for it.
So, so, so basically, there's just you know, there's an idea that something can be reached, so to say. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So the idea
It's
that
like
there's
kids
something
wanting
which is,
something another kid has, on the playground. Well, that looks
yeah,
better, that kind of thing. It just seems like it's better. And, it's like, well, all the stories, the religious, the spiritual, all of that, it's just this. And nothing replaces those stories because they're already
yeah,
just stories, there's nothing. I mean, you could replace with another story, and I think that's what happens a lot of times with non-duality. It kind of replaces the spiritual, and then that's natural. That seems to be natural, and it seems like
yeah,
it can have its own dogma. Even
of
though there is
course.
no dogma, sure, why not? You know, but I think
Well,
there's a disconnect when speaking to people about this. um, we could never know what someone else's. I mean, we don't even know what any of the appearances are anyway. So we
hmm
can't really, lining up and trying to figure out what someone's talking about is kind of just trying to figure out what someone's talking about. I mean, there's actually no way to know. There's no knowing or a
hmm
real understanding of what someone's actually speaking about. So it's all fun and games. And
until it's
when it's
not.
fun, until it's not, yeah. When it's not, it's not. And
But
then,
here's another one I get a lot of is, people saying, but what about all the Sufis? And you're going, Eastern Buddhism and Hinduism and all these gurus and Nisargadatas and the Ramana Maharshis, and they had all this wisdom and they're saying that it's this. And how could you negate Hafiz and all these prolific poets and writers and people? Like, how could you bypass that? That's what I hear a lot too.
well, who are
well,
they?
but that's it already, you know, saying, well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what about them, you know, and you know,
What about them?
yeah. So wondering, yeah, what about them? Yeah. So that's already
Sure.
just what's happening. So wondering about Nisargadatta and all the so-called great people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about them? You know, what about this? So
Yeah.
it's you know, this wondering, so to say, and the trying to get it, or the absence of the need to get it, is all just like innocently, you know, wondering what
Yeah.
this is, or not having the need to know what it is, or sometimes wanting to know what it is. It's just simply this already. There's just, it just, yeah, I love to say it falls like the rain, you know, no one is doing
Sure.
this. The wondering
Yeah.
why, and the wanting to get to the bottom of this, or the talking about this, or to get it straight, you know, or to,
Yeah.
it all just plays innocently.
Yeah.
This is it, you know, whatever's
Yeah.
happening or not,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just dancing
Yeah,
freely.
Yeah.
yeah,
Falls like rain, emotions, thoughts, feelings, sight, hearing it. It just I
Yeah.
mean, it just falls like rain.
You
Yeah,
know,
and-
another thing, oh,
Sorry.
sorry, go ahead. I'll go on after you.
Well, and the funny thing is, even saying it's just this, that it's innocently or something, is already just this.
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah.
change anything. You know, it's not a
Mm.
you maybe some see it as the ultimate truth, but it's just words. It's just words.
Sure.
It's just words
Sure.
saying it's just this. There is not a thing called this or no thing called this, which is at the same time saying it's a thing or a no thing is this already. I mean, okay, so
Okay. And, you know,
Yeah.
so
I was gonna
finding
ask
this
you,
serious message or not, or like the highest, it's unavoidable because it's already just simply what's happening, you know, liking this or not liking this is this already. And
Yeah.
you know, this may swiftly change. Getting tired of a guy saying just this is this already, you know.
yeah.
I mean, it's totally understandable also. No, shut up with just this. Well, yeah, I like it.
Well, okay, maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see.
But sorry,
Who
Leah,
knows?
go on. You had something.
I think I lost it
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
because it was so important, Sander. It was,
Oh, yes.
maybe it'll
Oh,
come
yes.
back to me.
I hope.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
it's hard to you know, it's hard to get it back because there was already no one holding it.
Yes.
You didn't
Yeah.
drop it, so it's where can you find it now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. If
First-
it doesn't arise, then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just,
I mean,
it's
what can you
not there.
do?
It's not happening. Yeah.
Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah, where is it, Sander?
I have no clue. I mean, we can say it's here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or there,
Or there. I mean,
because there and here, I mean, they're just, it's always here. I mean, is it never not here?
yeah,
You know, I mean, so to speak.
yeah,
I mean, now, I mean, yeah, for lack of a word, now, well, when is it not just this here? I
Yeah.
mean, it is this ever not appearing? I mean, I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
always this. No
It's
inner or
always
outer. That's
appearing,
another
yeah.
thing. The inner and
know?
outer, like go into your inner self. You have the
Right.
answers within. Go in there, meditate, and
Did you
get in
understand what
touch with
that was about back then?
No.
Or were you just like, what are they talking about? Go in, where? In
yeah.
where?
Well, it's funny this come up, you know, this
Yeah.
in and out, because it seems to be, you know, there seems to be teachers and saying, well, go in. I was like, in where, you know, what, where do I go in, you know,
Where can I go?
where's the
How do I
entrance?
get in there? Where is it? I can't see it. Where is
And
In
where?
what? Yeah, in what? And everybody was like as if they understand, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so you got to act like, okay, I'm going in. I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, but okay.
So I was like, okay, am I in now? I don't know. Is this in or is this out? Like, okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
Okay, we're in. And then they'll be like, okay, now a white light is illuminating. And then now you're supposed to be able to see like all the hidden corners of something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, we laugh about it, and at the same
We do.
time, you know, finding it, you know, finding it very important or finding it very
Sure,
useful.
yes.
It's just simply this, you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
having certain
Innocent.
effects,
I mean, yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah, because it was, I mean, it was fun. It seems kind of silly, but I mean, there was always some good food served at some of these retreats when we were going in and out, and that was nice. You know, it seems like, I mean, it's just this appearing this way, but the seeking doesn't seem so bad. You know what I mean? It feels like there's this movement away from seeking, as if that were possible. If seeking's going on, it's going on. It isn't right or wrong. It's not something to get rid of. It couldn't go away until it goes away. You know, I mean, it comes on as quickly as it goes away, I guess you could say, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that responsibility of I'm a seeker. I'm trying to find something, and that's bad because I don't know. I mean, really? Yeah, at the time
Well-
it seemed bad. At the time, sure. You know, well, it seemed bad. Well, why would it seem good if it seemed bad? I mean, that doesn't, you know what I mean?
Well, no, but
I don't either. I'm just saying, if something seems bad, then it seems bad. It's not, it doesn't, I mean, how
Oh,
can it
yeah,
seem
totally.
good?
if
Yeah,
it
that's
seems
all I'm
bad,
saying,
it just
like,
seems
yeah.
bad.
It seems
Well,
bad. It doesn't, I mean, there's
Yeah.
thoughts that it doesn't need to seem bad, but it does seem bad. So it seems bad. What are you going to do? Keep sitting
Well, and
there
that's the
wishing
thing,
for it to
people want to
seem
tell
good?
you, okay, it
Yeah.
seems bad,
Yes.
so you need to
There's
do X,
something
Y, and
wrong.
Z
Yes.
because there's something wrong with you that you're feeling bad.
Yes.
That's not
Right.
an emotion that
Exactly.
you should be
That's
feeling,
Yeah.
right?
right. As
So
if you could control that, as if there was a controller of that. Like, you feel bad, you know?
And
Why
what's
is
wrong
there
with
such a
feeling bad? What's
responsibility
wrong
of
with
that?
saying
don't
I'm
know. I
having
Yes.
a
have no
crappy
clue.
day, I don't feel good, and then people put
Yeah.
conditions like you need to feel this way for me to be around you. You need to be a more
Yeah.
like only be around positive
Well,
people. All these
yeah.
messages that like just totally
I mean,
like say emotions aren't good and valid and you're unworthy. And it's
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
It's like, wow, okay, well, then, you know, I guess I'm bad if I have emotions. Is that what they want us to think? I mean, is that the overriding? I don't know. I think it's just innocently coming up. If they're, you
Yeah.
know, it all is. They're saying it because maybe they believe it and maybe they don't. I mean, it's not like there's someone in there believing or not, you know, that belief's appearing or it isn't, you know. That's kind of,
Well,
I mean, or it may do both. I mean, quite possibly, a lot of times that's how it is here. Like there's especially when there was, you know, an upbringing with Christianity, there was a feeling of, I love Jesus, but I don't believe in Jesus. Like there were those kind of conflicting thoughts. And then it was like, no, you can't do that. You have to believe, you know, and you have to love, you know, and all this stuff. And you're just like, okay, but I don't even know what the difference is between those things. Like, you know, I just love the stories of Jesus, this nice man doing all these things. And, you know, but it's innocently happening. It's just that it almost seems a little bullshitty when you're talking to someone spiritual, religious, or any kind of like, you know, that kind of boxing in, which is just how it goes here. But it's like you tell someone, oh, I'm going through a rough time. And then they say, well, there's a mirror and we're all mirrors. And it's like, you know, instead
The
of just
mirror
saying,
thing.
wow, wow, I'm
Yeah.
really, I mean, that's just what they say, whatever. But it's like, it's just kind of a level of BS that I don't like to hear, you know. It doesn't seem like, I don't know, it just seems a little ridiculous. If you want to ask me the truth, it seems ridiculous when someone's telling you something and you're saying, like you were talking about, the two of you, go into the I am, or, you know, this mirror thing, or going inside somewhere and trying to figure something out. It's all just kind of like hogwash, you know. I mean, it's fine. When everything's hogwash, when everything's BS, then there's no BS. It's just what it is, you know. People just randomly
well,
saying what
yeah.
they're saying. Yeah.
It,
I mean, it's not okay. Yeah.
well, it's, you can say it's all just bullshit. I mean, saying
Sure.
there's
If
just
it's
this
only
is as much
bullshit,
bullshit
then
as something
right.
else.
Yeah, exactly. You know, If it's only
And that's
bullshit,
freedom not
then
to
what's
listen
the
to any
bullshit?
guru or teacher
Yes.
or anybody who's
Yes.
gonna tell you what this is or who you are or
Yeah.
you know, God consciousness, any conclusion, you know, it's yes.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
who
mean,
knows
it's
anything. So,
not
you
No,
know,
about
and
we
that's
this.
give
even
our
hard to know. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Is
hard
there
to
a
know that nobody knows anything. I mean, who would be there to know that no one knows anything?
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's nothing to know. We could say that. I mean, there's everything to know. I mean, what? Go know something.
yeah,
Is
and
there
you
any,
know,
what's it going to do? Great. I mean, go find out how to work on a car or make a cake. Cool. I mean, go find out why you think what you think. Sure, there's people that'll help you with that. I mean, what's it going to lead to? I mean, are we looking to maintain some sort of way of being? Go for it.
yeah, yeah. I'm not
Go for
arguing.
it.
I mean,
No, I know you're not.
you know,
We're
it's so funny because
we're
however, you know, you, I would say, how you cut it up or how you slice and dice it, it's
Yeah.
always just simply this.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny because this Michael used to say this, Michael Jeffrey. So I like it. You know, it's funny with these types of phrases. You know, how the cookie crumbles, or you know, it's
Yes.
just, you know, it's. I mean, but basically, it's all just this. You know, liking this or not liking this is this already, and thinking that there's something to get, or that this talk between Leah, Natalie, and Sander is something worth for looking is already just this, you know, and there's just no way out. It's already just simply what's happening.
yeah.
And thinking it's total bullshit, or liking it for now, so to say, and tomorrow thinking,
Yeah.
well, that I spent my time looking to those three people is just a waste of time. May happen, yeah, beautiful.
Sure, go.
It just, you know, there's just simply no way out. There's no way in. There's
Right.
no one in this, but even thinking that there is a way in, or believing that there's a you in this, is equally just this. Thinking there's a
Mhm.
you able to do stuff and to reach stuff or to know stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
I mean, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
liking it and not liking it, and doing all your best to go inside, you know, try 1,000 times, and, you know, wondering why you didn't manage, and then thinking, I give it one more try or not, is already simply
Yeah.
what's happening. Yeah. And then thinking back maybe happens, well, shit, what was it all about? Yeah.
Do you still
Yeah.
have those moments? Because you seem very relaxed about this at this point. Do you have these moments where you're like, oh shit, why did I do that? Or any of
Well,
that
nah,
arising?
no, I mean, of course, anything can happen, Leah. Yes. I mean,
Mhm.
Yes.
anything,
It
you
could
know, it's,
Yeah.
appear.
yeah,
It could
anything can happen,
appear.
like wondering, you know,
Yeah.
like having doubts, so to say, you know, was it,
Yeah.
did I, should I didn't, or should I do this, or why didn't I do that, may just
Yeah.
simply happen innocently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, should I be nicer to that person, or maybe I was a little bit harsh two
Yeah.
weeks ago, you know, it's just what's happening, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's totally natural to have doubts or to have second thoughts, you know, oh shit,
Exactly.
what I'm saying
Yeah.
now in this talk, you know, shit,
Yeah.
maybe I should not say this, you know, what will people think, or whatever. Anything may
Yeah.
happen, you know, having
Yeah.
remorse, or
Mhm.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
giving a shit or
Well,
not
that
giving.
remorse happens here, and that the thought that it shouldn't have happened is just the thought it shouldn't have happened. I mean, it couldn't be otherwise. I mean,
It's
could it?
already that.
It's already that.
It's
Yes.
already thinking, why did it happen, or it shouldn't
Right.
not have
It
happened.
shouldn't or it should. I mean, yeah.
It it's
all
try
just
to run away while you are running, you know? When you are running and you want to run away from running,
right.
it's pretty
Yeah.
difficult to get away from what already is just happening, so to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So having second thoughts or doubts, it's hard to escape them when it's already just having doubts, you know?
Right.
It's completely natural to have doubts and not be
Sure.
sure. Who is sure? I mean, even thinking you are sure is just can happen. And then,
Yeah.
you know, ah, shit, now I understand it. And then 5 minutes later, I lost it. Or nah, maybe not. There's nowhere to
Yeah.
avoid, you know, being angry or being an asshole may just simply happen, you know, and
Yeah. Sure.
calling this an asshole or a sweet person
Yeah.
and differentiate between the two is completely natural. Even wanting
Yeah.
to be a
Oh
nice
yeah.
person, being nice for your neighbors, for your parents, is already impersonally happening. You know,
Yeah.
even to try to become a good person is already impersonal. It's just wanting to
Yeah.
be a good person. There's no one
And how,
behind the
what could
wanting.
be wrong with that? That's beautiful, right? To want to be a good person. I mean, that sounds pretty nice, you know?
Yeah.
But it's awesome. And you know, wanting to be an asshole. That's kind of fun too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, could be.
wanting to be an
It
asshole. Well,
depends.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
some things seem more likely than others. So,
True.
but yeah, I can see
But you
that.
never know. I mean,
No,
yeah.
I
there
like the
should
whole
be.
Yeah.
jokester character. You know, Alan Watts has a whole speech on the Joker. And I like that
Oh,
kind of character that comes in and kind of stirs up the pot and gets people going, what the heck? I really like those kind of
that's kind of
characters.
fun. Yeah.
Like Cyril G or what? You know, the guy, you know him,
Yes, yes. Yes,
Who?
Surreal G. Yeah. Surreal
Cyril
G.
G.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean,
He's a
Yeah.
pot stirrer.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
it's
fun.
coming up here, huh? You know
Shitster.
this
It's
name.
cool. Yeah.
It's just popping up. The guy who writes, you know, like I like it's all McDonald's or non-duality
Yes.
is the McDonald's of spirituality. I
Yes.
mean, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
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 You mean so
The
Yeah.
little rascal
there's
that doesn't take anything serious, you know, it's
Yeah.
because you can see when someone can say, I'm full of BS and none of this really matters. That's when I'm like, oh, I really like this person because they're not taking everything so like, you know,
yeah,
so contracted.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you know, it's all play, really.
yeah,
I think at this point,
Yeah.
everything kind of feels like play, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, you know, there's
Yeah.
certain lightness or not taking things serious, and I mean, again, you know,
Well, wait, serious is serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I mean,
and
of course.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You know,
hmm
seriousness can happen, you know, being
Yeah.
very serious
Sure.
to come on
Yeah.
time at work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
being serious
Yeah.
about doing your work in a certain way, you know, that's
hmm
just simply what's happening. There's nothing wrong with
Sure.
seriousness, but yeah,
Yeah.
I get totally what you're saying, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's okay. I mean, if it's appearing, it's appearing. Might not like it, but I mean, it's this. It's just appearing, you know.
And things seem to be let go quickly, at least here. I don't know what it's like for you, Sandra, but it's like if somebody says something nasty to me, it's like I'll be like full on like, whoa, wait a minute, what is it? But then it's just so let go so quickly now. Whereas I think I would probably be ruminating, like, what does this person mean? What was the implications behind that? Like seeking for that deeper meaning and then trying to
yeah,
course correct the whole thing and
Yes.
like make
Yeah.
amends,
Yeah.
all that doesn't seem to
Yeah.
arise anymore. How is it for you, Sander?
well, you know, it's the same. If somebody says, well, I like you or I hate you, it's the same. So, you know, yeah, I can see that. I
Yeah.
mean, how can I argue with that? So there's a liking or not. I mean, that's
Right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
there
okay.
doesn't
Yeah, if
seem
you
to
don't like
be.
me or you don't like the films or whatever, yeah, that's, I mean,
But
yeah,
you don't seem to
beautiful.
hold on to that. It's very wispy. It's just kind of like from what I see.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Yes, because like I said, there's no difference. There's no one doing the liking or the hating, so to say.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
Yeah, it's
they hate me one,
impersonal.
they like me the
Yeah.
other.
Right.
That's just simply how it goes. You know, your neighbor you
Yeah.
don't liking, and then one day you fall in love and you marry. I mean,
Yeah.
anything can happen. It's all just simple this. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
but even like you are saying, you know, when somebody says, well, Sander, I think you're full of shit, you know, maybe even there can be a thought like, ah, yeah, maybe they have a point, or what in the hell am I saying? You know, all that can happen, right? You
Yeah.
know,
Sure.
even getting upset when somebody's saying you're an idiot may happen. But
Yeah.
well, here, so to say, it's okay. Yeah, you there's no need. There never was really like the need, so to say, that people like me or not. But I mean, that's just how it plays. You know, this
Yeah.
can change. You
Right.
know,
Yes. Sure.
you know, the need to be liked or the need to be loved is as innocently as the loving and the liking itself. So,
Hmm.
so this need for people to be loved or to be liked is just innocently what's happening, as is the liking
Mhm,
that person or not. It's
mhm,
just
Hmm.
liking
yeah,
Yeah.
vanilla cake, liking chocolate cookies.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That sounds good.
On the
I'm
train
hungry.
eating cookies.
yeah, you know, even trying to like a person, really doing your best to see.
Yeah.
I really want to try to see and like this person. You know,
Right.
it's already
Yeah.
just this trying to like him and not to be so judgmental, or
Yeah.
trying not to
Yeah.
judge, or trying to be a nice
Yeah.
person. It's all just what's happening.
Yeah.
What a beauty, right?
Yeah.
What
It's
a
such a
beauty.
beauty. Falls like rain.
Yeah, blows
I
like the
love
wind.
it. It falls just like the rain.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
I had another question and that just disappeared too. Shoot.
Oh, jeez.
We need to write these down, Natalie, our
I
brain.
know. I know.
well, take a
It's
moment.
coming and
Maybe it come back.
Take a moment. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like when, you lose your keys and you're looking, and then you stop looking and then there they are. It's like, it's
Mhm.
kind of like that with thoughts. I mean, because I've just noticed a lot of like forgetfulness or memories, not memories, but just thoughts that, a thought that I have something to say and then now I've lost it. So I mean, it's just like so natural just to relax about it, because if that thought's not coming up, what am I going to do? I don't know where to look for it. Where is
Yeah,
it? So then I just kind of relax and it comes up sometimes. Not
yeah,
always.
And
yeah.
sometimes, shit, I really, what was it? You do your
Yeah, yeah,
best.
yeah. And you're trying. How are we trying to? I'm thinking about it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing this. And I'm like, where is it? It's no, I can't. Where to
Come
go?
back, come back to
Come back.
me.
Reel it
Oh no,
in.
okay, it just came back.
Oh, yay. Please,
Okay,
please.
so Natalie and I have spoken about this a lot, where there is no rhyme or reason to the way we react to things. The personality seems to be shifting and changing in different experiences, and you'll see that there's literally no solidified sense of self. It's constantly changing. So let's say you're walking in the supermarket one day and you're feeling great and you're saying hi to everybody walking down the aisle. And then the next day you're just like drained, didn't sleep well. So you got your baseball cap on, your sunglasses on, you're walking with your head down. Nobody better see me, And if someone says hi, you're just like, completely different kind of person, like it's
Mhm.
constantly shifting. And I think that goes really overlooked by people in the sense that they think that they have this one persona, it's solidified,
Yeah,
and they're going through their life with this one set personality when it's so malleable and changing just even like second to second.
yeah,
Have you noticed that
yeah.
within your experience?
Well, it's hard to say when you say, have you noticed it in your
Yes.
experience?
Yes, Leah, come on,
Um,
word that a little differently now. I'm kidding.
I'm not
but
wording it in
Has
non-dual
that
terms.
appeared? Listen,
That's
has
the
that
thing.
appeared?
I'm not going
Yeah.
in non-dual terms because
okay, no,
why,
but I get it.
why
It's just
box
funny.
it? Why box it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
of
Let's just
course.
say it. Say it how you want it.
Of course, but it's already said in a certain way, and the reaction
Yeah.
was already just like
Yes, exactly.
there's
Mhm.
Hindsight 2020.
yeah, it's already just coming out the way it comes out. I mean, even the apologizing or the saying, well, I'm not doing the non-duality speak or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, you know, so this changing what you are talking about, like one day you wear a baseball cap. Well, yeah, I mean, anything can happen, right? And it
Mhm.
seems that, so to say, that for some so-called characters, it's very changing, right? It
Yeah.
can be, you know, from minute to minute, you know, from like almost like a roller coaster,
Mhm.
and then there seems to be so-called characters where it's less changey, so to say. You know, it's not so often it goes up and down. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's really nothing to say. It's you know
It's
what I
just
mean?
what's appearing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's just no way, you know. Like I mean, some seem to always be in that so-called mode, like high and funny and you know and joyful, and then there seems to be just a couple of days, maybe once in a month, where they have the baseball cap down and don't want to interact with people. And
Mm.
then it can also be that some, you know, from day to day, one day and then 3 days the cap is down, and or 1 month the cap is down, and then one day in the month the cap is up, and then they say, hey everybody, how you doing? You know,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
just yeah. I mean, and it's one or the other is not better, or although there
Mhm.
may be a liking of the person, so to say, being open. It's
Mhm.
natural, you know,
Yeah.
a certain attraction to the guy who's funny and who's saying hello and who's cheerful and joyful. You know, it's
Mhm.
just natural than trying to avoid the person who's a little bit, yeah, in itself, so
Yeah.
to say. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Perfectly naturally happening
yeah,
like that, as in anything
exactly.
else. Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, I realize I'm talking in time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the
I
time thing.
realize that,
Yeah,
that's another thing.
time. Yeah, it seems to be a hot topic. You know, I'm like, well, you know, so you hear this statement, well, time doesn't exist. Well, does it really matter if it exists or not? You know, what is the
Mhm.
time now? So people claim, well, there's no time, and then you ask them what is the time, and they watch on the clock, and it's 8 o'clock. Well, yeah. So I mean, it becomes comical, you know. It doesn't matter if there is time or not, right? I mean, what's the whole
Yeah.
thing? At the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah. Like between you're in Sweden and I'm here and we're speaking simultaneous, yet your time is how many, like 6 hours, fast forward 6 hours compared to where I'm at. So,
yeah, it's a half an hour past 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
okay.
So you were
Yeah.
talking to the future. So how does it
Yeah, I'm
feel?
talking to the future. It's 11:30 here. So yeah, and yet here we meet in the future and the
Yeah,
past.
exactly. So I mean, do you feel the time or not?
No,
No.
no.
I mean, there's no feeling of the time, right? I mean,
No, I mean, how could you feel time? I guess with the aging process, it seems like there's time. You wake up one day and you go, oh my God, I'm getting wrinkles. And then you're comparing time.
yeah, So at least there seems to be the idea of time, or the appearance of time, or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes,
that's
these
good
Zoom
now.
meetings always mess me up because, it's all these different times, and it's like, well, whose is the right time? Can everyone just go by my time? Because I don't know how to do all this stuff, and I hate looking it up. My time's the right time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, so this is a funny topic actually, because the idea that there is a you having time which is ticking
Yeah.
away, tick, 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 tick.
Tick, tick, tick.
I'm close, I'm running out of time. Oh my God,
You're counting down.
Yeah.
I'm 48, so oh shit, I'm running out of time. I'm
Oh,
close.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh
Yeah.
shit, half of my life has passed, oh, more even, because I'm not going to be 90 probably. But but all this is also natural, no? I mean, if there's
Yes.
time or not, thinking, that you are ruled by time, or using time to get on time, is already just this. I mean, figuring it out time, oh, what is the time here? What is the time there? Let's do a talk. It's so natural. It doesn't matter
It
if there's
is,
time or
yeah.
not. In the meantime,
Right.
what time is it?
Yeah.
In the meantime, what time is it?
Yeah, I mean, it becomes also funny. There's no
It
time.
does,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so great. You want an award? I mean,
I know.
I would,
I
actually.
want to
Yes.
see the timeless. I would like to see the timeless.
I give you one.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
No, but I mean,
This
cutting
is
this.
already timeless. Saying there's time is just fine. What is wrong with
Saying
that?
there's time
Why
in the
do?
timeless.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
saying there's time
This
in the
is
timeless.
timeless. This is timeless, but a time appears, when there's
Yeah.
a clock or an appointment or something like that.
Yeah, or cutting
Yeah.
this in 24 pieces and 60 seconds, and,
Yeah.
and being ruled by this. Is this already? And
But
trying
haven't
to
you ever
escape time.
listen? Haven't you noticed? Have you ever seen not seen, noticed, whatever? An hour can seem like an eternity, or it can seem like 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean by that at all? Like
Mhm.
it's like so. I mean, it's not even.
Your first
It's not
kiss
even
or
the
lying at
same
the dentist?
hour. Yes. What?
Your
What
first
did you?
kiss or lying at the dentist? I mean, what take
Sure.
longer?
Yeah. What time is it when or what time do you have to go to the dentist? This is the joke.
No,
by
but I
the way.
mean, when there's something, when there,
It's 2:30.
w- w-
2:30.
I mean, when there's having fun, the time goes quick, and when there's not having fun, the time goes slow. Whatever. What
Yeah.
is, you know?
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when you have
Yeah.
fun, it goes quick, and when you don't have fun, it's like, oh, every minute is an
Oh,
Yeah.
hour.
yeah,
What's
it's
up with
painful.
that? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We
Why?
just need
I
it
mean,
more
that's
fun all the time.
yeah, and then time will go by really quickly. And then what?
Yeah, but it's hard, it's hard. So let's have fun, but it's quite hard to
It's hard to have fun when you're not having fun. That's
yeah, it's hard
that's
to
Yeah,
do
you can't
something.
fabricate it.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's
That's
impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you
It just
fabricate something
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not showing up? That's another
Right. It's
great
just
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Just
can you
couldn't
do something
happen.
which you are already not doing? I mean, having
Right.
fun,
Mhm.
finding this funny, so, or not finding it funny is equally just what's happening, calling
Right.
something
Trying
funny
to
and the
find
other
it
thing
funny.
not funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny or it's not. And it depends on who you ask. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't a right or wrong funny.
Yeah.
Well, we can
Your
take it up.
humor.
We can have a discussion about what fun really is, but it doesn't change anything.
Right. Let's discuss our comedic styles here. Because you know what? I'm telling you, Radical Non-Duality seems like a comedy show to me. It
Oh,
seems
yeah.
very entertaining, and I
Yeah.
mean, just the characters that you come across, it's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wild. I mean, who would have?
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't imagine something like this. You can't
Well,
make
we
this
watched
stuff
one
up.
yesterday. Yeah, we watched one
Yeah.
yesterday. And we were just laughing so much. Maybe I shouldn't
Tell
be
me,
saying
let
this,
me in.
but
Don't say it.
I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but
Let's
it was
just say the
it was
randomness.
the randomness of it. It was just like, it
And
was
sure, it's
too
not random.
perfect.
It's not random, but the randomness, I'm telling you, it was priceless. It really
It
was.
was priceless, but it seems like everybody was bombarding this one poor speaker, like really wanting to fight with this person because
Yeah.
you don't know it, you're not saying it correctly, and this is
Oh
what I
yeah.
think it is. And it was just a whole bunch of people bombarding this person, and this person was just like, whoa. Like,
I mean, the arrogance was just thick, you know, it was just crazy. It was like, wow.
I
But
become
it was like
very
a
entertaining.
soap
curious now.
opera, and
It was
Natalie and I
entertaining.
we were on the meeting and we kept texting each other, whoa, you believe this? Whoa. Like it was just, yeah. And
It's
as
Yeah,
fun,
Sanders would
you
say,
know?
all that is this.
yeah, of
It is.
course, you know.
It
I
is. Of
mean, what
course it
else?
is. What else
What
is
else?
there?
Tell me,
Yes.
please, enlighten me.
Please. Oh my gosh.
I wish
Yeah.
I could, but
Yeah. So, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
but
non-duality, equating it to comedy is fine. I mean,
and you know how, because so 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 when I say, well, it's just this, well, somebody say, well, that's just a conclusion, you know. Sander, you made a conclusion. Well, that's
mm.
just another conclusion that Sander made a conclusion. So, okay. So yeah, I think it's a belief. Saying you have a
right.
belief that it's just this. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, believing
Right.
that it's a belief is just this too. So well, I guess it's a
Right.
landing point then, Sander. You have a landing point. Well, that's just a landing point this is a landing point. So
Saunders has a landing point. Okay. And what does that even mean? What is that? Okay, great. You know,
so
I
let's get
mean,
it over with. I mean,
just
so
get it
whatever is
over with.
happening, calling it the
Sorry,
conclusion
the
of the
dog knocked the
theory,
chair
or
down.
Yeah,
is this
I'm here.
already? You know, you
Yeah,
can say,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, you really can't touch that. That's the most direct pointing. We can dance around it and come up with all
Yeah.
these theories and stuff, but all
Yeah,
of that
sure.
would be this. And it's almost like glaringly obvious in common sense. But it seems like all these ideas and ideations, and I can't say this for certain, but it seems like maybe it blocks this in a sense. Like there's not an opening to recognize that everything is it, even this
Yeah.
body and
yeah,
everything is this appearance that's
Right.
appearing to
Showing
happen.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Even
seeing
saying it's
this and
already.
wanting to see a different this, you know, not liking this, wanting a different this. I mean, that's still just this. It's just, you know, I mean, it's just wanting that. It's not something different. It's just this wanting another this, you know?
Yeah, and even claiming it's different is still just this.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Who could differentiate and what are we talking about here? You have to start really dissecting everything to really try to hone in. And once you get down and you drill down far enough, it's still just this. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's like, you know,
Yes.
keep going, drill down, you know, well, it's still just this. I mean, what else do we got? This, what do we got for dinner? This and more of this and this. And then you can have that, which is also this, you know.
Yeah, you know, and trying to put a speaker down, you know, trying
Yeah.
to. I mean, yeah,
Get
it
them
happens.
to say something that you want them to say or school them on the right way to do it, or that happens, you know,
Or
seems to happen.
arguing, or thinking
Arguing.
someone is an idiot, and you know, it's
Right.
all just bullshit. Yeah, I mean,
Yes. But I mean, how can you take even those thoughts seriously? That person's an idiot. Don't you just kind of think, also, I mean, that thought comes up, oh, that person's an idiot. And then it's like, even that, I mean, that's laughable. It's just,
So
it's like,
laughable.
why? I mean, it's laughable because it's like, well, okay, based on what and why and who cares? They're just an idiot. Not really, but kind of.
Yeah, and it's hard
You
to
know.
undo something which you are already not doing. It's hard
Yeah,
to.
exactly. How could you do that? I mean, you're not doing it, so how could you stop? I mean, there isn't even a you to do something, you know. There's just something's being done, and then there's a thought, I did that, or I shouldn't have done that, or I didn't do that. I mean, it's just random. How you can't say anything with any certainty, you know.
No, and even that's not so
And
certain.
you don't need to. I mean, well, yeah, even that's not certain.
You know that you cannot say anything with certainty is already uncertain in a way. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's doubtless. It's doubtless uncertainty.
yeah, I like it. Doubtless uncertainty. All those
I didn't.
beautiful terms,
Okay,
you
I
know.
have to give credit because that was not me. That was
Oh,
Tim Cliss. Tim Cliss,
Ah,
doubtless
ah,
uncertainty.
that's a good
can we
one.
Good
can we
one. It's a
name
good one.
people? Is it okay, or are going to people
I,
send crazy letters? You name me. You said
they
something.
might. I mean, yeah. I hope not.
I like
That
when
would
he
be
says imperfectly perfect too.
yes, perfectly
Yeah.
imperfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
it's a good one.
yeah, it was funny. It reminds me we did a talk with Tim, and then
Yes,
Rosa said it was perfection, and then Tim was not so into the word perfection or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. Meanings of words. Yeah, because okay, for this to be as it is, I mean, you could call it whole, complete, perfect, but I think the word perfect has, for some, a meaning of it's really good or something. But the way I hear perfect is nothing's needed, nothing could be added or taken away. It's just as is. That's what perfect, means here. But maybe someone's got a different definition of perfect, different.
oh, it's possible, you know, to
Yeah.
Oh,
have.
I'm sure. Yes, totally. Totally. More than possible.
More than likely.
More than likely. There you
Yeah,
go.
and it's the same with the whole complete. How you
Yeah.
let me say, it's complete. I mean, there's not a thing which is complete or incomplete. I mean, what would that be then? You
Right.
know, it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we,
That's why I
what would
think
it
it's
be?
the
I
most
don't
direct
know.
pointing to
Yeah.
say just
That
this,
is,
because we can
yes.
get into semantics all
Yes.
day
yeah,
and pick
All day
apart
long.
words, but it's
Yes.
not in the words.
no,
No.
So we can play this mental masturbation, which we
yeah,
do all the time for
Yes.
some
And
reason.
that's great.
No knowing why. I mean, why would you even
Yeah.
choose to do all this? You know, it's
Right. Who
like,
would?
you know.
Yeah.
But just to bring it back to the most encompassing expression
Yeah.
would be to say, that's this, and that's
That's
this,
this.
and that's this,
I
and
mean,
not even.
yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful. Yes, you said
It's
it. Yeah, I
everything
love it.
and
I like
nothing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I want to thank you so much, Sander. This is so much fun
Yeah.
having you.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, it's spontaneously like, oh, do you want to do a talk? Yes. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you guys doing
You
talks.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Yes.
too, you doing
You
your
and
solos and with
yes.
Rosa, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, and you have your
Lovely.
community chats. Do you want to say anything, how people can contact you or what's upcoming in your world there?
Um, yeah. Well, there's a talk tonight, basically,
Oh,
in a couple of hours. It's like an
Yeah.
open Zoom, so everyone is welcome
okay.
um, to do whatever is being done or not, or what seems to be done, or
And
whatever.
how can they get that Zoom link? Is it on Facebook?
Yeah, yeah, it's on Facebook. Yes,
I'll
and then
post it to the Never Lost Facebook
yeah,
page
yeah, it's
too.
in your group. Yeah, you
Oh, it
guys
is.
should
Okay,
group.
good. Okay.
And
Awesome.
I
And
don't
then
know
it's
if it's
under
bad actually.
conscious being on
Conscious
Facebook.
being on Facebook. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, basically, what is there to say? Well,
Right.
I mean, you said it all, Leah. That's just simply
Yeah.
this.
It's
Not
just
knowing
this.
what to say is this already. This is it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Woo!
Thank you.
We did it.
Thank
And we didn't
you.
go inside or outside.
No,
Thanks,
not really.
Natalie.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sander. Thanks,
Thanks,
Natalie.
guys. It was good seeing you guys. Take care.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Bye.